When I left school, that's what I was into, was banking, and I went and worked at the bank. Bank gave me lots of money to buy lots of records, go clubbing, and my nightlife eventually started to take over my day life. I found my nightlife was much more me than my day life. So in the end, I gave up my bank job, bought some decks, and this is the God's honest truth. I bought some decks and I started to buy records, and I really started to do it because I loved it. I never really thought, oh, I'll buy some decks, I want to be a DJ. They asked me to come on Kiss because I had a big record collection, and I thought, yeah, I'd go and do it. You know, I love playing this music. I would tell you all the people I grew up with that were friends from the same part of town: Fabio, Groove Rider, Dave Angel, Jumping Jack Frost, Brian G, and more. All these people were young kids who was all into music, didn't want to be DJs, and
just for the love of music.
All of them. Radio is very, very important. To me, it's even more important than television, you know. Kiss FM, I think, started about 1983. It was really, when it started, just a group of friends. None of us had any radio experience, but we all had big record collections. None of us were really DJs. We're just really people that were passionate, really passionate about our music, and we wanted other people to hear it. So we, at the time, there were a lot of other pirate stations in London. When they started, I guess 82 or 83. You know, Norman J. No one was playing electronic. It was rare groove, disco, soul, jazz, James Brown. It was all that. It was so early. There wasn't much electronic music unless it was like West End records or Prelude records.
Yeah, sure.
That sort of sound. But other than that, no. You know, and primarily I would say they were all soul boys. The whole lot of them. You know, Dr. Bob Jones, Norman J, even myself, Paul Anderson, Patrick Forge, a lot of soul, and even Judge Jules. I might have missed out Bobby and Steve as well. They were there at the very start, and they were really the core. I'm very open-minded when it comes to music, and on the show I was very open-minded, and I would play Nitsa Ebb, Front 242, Die Warsaw, you know, anything. And the show was wide open. I worked in a record shop at the time, so I was seeking quality. I knew quality. I worked in the shop, I knew what was going in, out, I knew it. It was a shop called My Price, which was the first good house record shop in England because of a guy there called Jazzy M. He's still big now, he works at Ministry of Sound. But Luke Slater worked at this record shop, I worked there, Carl Cox worked there, Richie Rich, who made Salsa House, worked there, and Terry Francis works there, Dave Mother Soul from Kiss works there, so the shop has got history. peak of the show for me was I had Underground Resistance. Every single one of the crew, there was 22 or 23 people, and Mad Mike, I had a professor of science and she was working with Mad Mike, and all of them was in the studio.
Great.
And I was like, do you know, I was so nervous. That's the first show I can say I was so nervous I couldn't talk. Because I was the first to play Detroit. I pushed it, and they knew that, and they came. They was in London. They said, "Yeah, let's go and see Colin." For me, it was the peak, and it was about 6 months after that I left Kiss, because I thought, when I've done stuff like that, I really can't. I wanted to leave when it was so good, and that's what I done. I see that the internet has much more possibilities than radio, because when I was on Kiss, I think I was the very first person on Kiss to put the show on the internet, and I got a camera in the studio. I was very lucky. I had a guy very into internet, and this was 1993. This is 10 years ago.
Okay.
That I first done it, 1993, and we put it on the internet, and we got a camera in there. And we filmed it and we put it on the internet, and I tell you what, the response was amazing. I have a garage full of records. I learned 35,000.
Oh.
You know, a lot.
That's a lot.
A lot, a lot. And that's half drive. I've cut it in half about 8 years ago. I cut it in half and got rid of half.
This is for the end, you know.
This is the real me.
Yes. Okay, thank you very much.
Hey, my pleasure, man.
Yes.
Thanks.
Next time on the stage.
Yeah, cool.
See you.